You are not thinking right now. At least, not in the way you believe. Because if you pause for a second and actually observe what is happening inside your mind, you will notice something strange. Thoughts are already there. Before you even try to create them, it feels like you are thinking them. But what if that feeling is misleading you? Most people live their entire life assuming one simple thing: that there is a thinker inside the head, a kind of controller, a you that produces thoughts. But the moment you actually look closely, that illusion starts to break. Because thoughts don't arrive when you ask for them. They arrive on their own, randomly, unexpectedly. Sometimes you don't even agree with them, and yet they still appear. Think about it. Right now, as you listen to this, your mind is already generating commentary. You are not deciding every sentence you think. You are noticing them after they appear. So the question becomes very simple. Who is actually producing them? Let's slow it down. Try this for a moment. Stop trying to think, just for a few seconds. And notice what happens. A thought appears, then another, then a memory, then a worry. You didn't call them, but they still came. This is where it gets interesting, because what you call thinking might actually be something happening to you, not something you are doing. Neuroscience has a strange way of describing the brain. It doesn't treat it like a conscious controller. Instead, it sees it more like a prediction machine, a system that constantly generates possible versions of reality before you are even aware of them. In other words, your brain is always ahead of you. So, when a thought appears, it might not be a decision. It might be a prediction surfacing into awareness. And you, the observer, only see the result, not the process. Now here's where the illusion becomes stronger, because even though you are not choosing the thoughts, you still feel like you are the one thinking them. That sense of ownership is automatic. The brain attaches me to whatever appears inside it. But attachment is not proof of origin. Let me put it differently. Just because you hear a voice in your head doesn't mean you are the one speaking. It just means you are the one hearing it. And that distinction changes everything. Because if you are not the creator of every thought, then what exactly are you? Are you the thoughts themselves? Or are you the thing that notices them? There is a gap most people never pay attention to. The gap between a thought appearing and you becoming aware of it. That gap is extremely small, but it is always there. And in that gap, something important exists. Awareness. Now imagine this. If thoughts are generated automatically and awareness only observes them, then your identity is not in the thoughts. It is in the observing, not in the content, but in the noticing. But even that idea creates another problem. Because if you are just the observer, then who is observing the observer? At what point does you actually begin? This is why the mind never fully settles on a final answer. Because every time you try to define yourself, you end up stepping one layer deeper. Thoughts about thoughts. Awareness of awareness. A loop with no clear center. And maybe that is the real nature of it. Not a single thinker, but a system of processes, appearing as one identity. So, when you hear the voice in your head, the constant commentary, the explanations, the worries, the memories, just notice something simple. It is happening, but it may not be coming from you. And if that is true, then the final question is not, what are you thinking? But rather, who is the one aware of it all happening? And the strange part is, there is no clear answer. only the experience of noticing. So, next time your mind starts talking, don't immediately assume it is you. Just listen and observe, because the voice in your head might not be you at all.